Welcome to Raw. Let's take a look back at Money in the Bank. First, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Jey Uso, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, CM Punk, Gunther, and Cody Rhodes all doing battle for the Money in the Bank briefcase. There were a lot of close calls in this one. A lot of climbing of the ladder and a lot of falling from the ladder. Gunther almost came down with it, but CM Punk able to make the save. Cody able to kick Jey away, but having to come back down. And then Jey with an opportunity of his own before Cody would send him crashing down. Cody clotheslining Jey out of the ring. He is all alone, makes the climb. Trick Williams comes in. But too little, too late. Cody Rhodes wins the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and he is the new Mr. Money in the Bank. In a rematch from In Your House, Becky Asuka 2. Becky, who successfully retained it In Your House, but a lot of talk coming out of that one was that Asuka should have been the one to win that match. These two going at it again. And Becky with something to prove. And Asuka believing that she should be the rightful champion. These two going back and forth. Leg drop. Becky thought this would be it, but Asuka not done yet. She would go for an awkward pin attempt here. And then hit a code breaker off the second turnbuckle. And then lock in the Asuka lock. Becky with nowhere to go. She is forced to tap out. Asuka gets it done at Money in the Bank, and she is your new WWE Women's Champion. In the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, Julia, Raquel Rodriguez, Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley. Bianca, the only former Miss Money in the Bank in this match. She was last year's Money in the Bank ladder match winner. A lot of action in this one, and not too many attempts up the ladder. Chelsea takes out Raquel. The ring is clear. Rhea looking to come in and make the stop, but Julia cuts her off. And it's almost like Julia doesn't realize that Chelsea is about to pull down the briefcase, and she does. Chelsea Green shocks the world and wins the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And speaking of Miss Money in the Bank, she is here to kick off Raw. Coming up later on tonight, Chad Gable taking on the new WWE European Champion, Ludwig Kaiser. Also in action, Tiffany Stratton takes on Lola Vice. In that women's Money in the Bank ladder match, we had a former previous winner and a lot of former champions. To say that Chelsea Green was a long shot in that match, an understatement. But right now, she is Miss Money in the Bank, and let's hear from Chelsea Green. I know I probably wasn't anybody's pick to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and I know that there's management in the back that's not happy that I have this briefcase. So I've taken it upon myself to get a protective detail to watch me and my interest moving forward. And when the time is right, I'm going to cash in this briefcase and become a world champion. In some alternate universes, they may look at Chelsea Green as a stepping stone, but here in the open mic universe, She's missed Money in the Bank. Up next, we've got our first match of the night. Out first, a former WWE European champion. And a European champion not that long ago. He came into WrestleMania 3 European champion before losing that title to Trick Williams, who turned around and lost that title to Carmelo Hayes at Backlash. And then just a few weeks ago, on our live Saturday night's main event, Carmelo Hayes met Ludwig Kaiser, and Kaiser walked out the new WWE European champion. Former champ takes on the new champ this week on Raw. As this one gets underway, want to give a shout out to Luigi WWE 2K. He left a comment on a previous video. If you'd like to get a shout out, all you got to do is leave a comment down below. And who knows, maybe you'll hear your name shouted out in a future episode here in the Open Mic universe. Gable now, with his coach, his mentor, Kurt Angle in his corner. Not really sure what the current status is of Imperium. Giovanni Vinci, a few weeks back, released from his contract here in the WWE and the Open Mic universe. Gable with a cover. And he gets it too. Obviously, Gunther, a part of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And that match on Saturday night's main event, Gunther not in the corner of Ludwig Kaiser. And now both men down. Seemed like it took a lot out of Kaiser. Angle now up on the apron, removing the top turnbuckle pad. And Chad Gable sent into that exposed cable. Now Kaiser rolls Gable over. I don't think that was what Kurt Angle had in mind. But he took that turnbuckle pad off as it backfires on his client. And now Gable dropping the straps. Referee going to fix that exposed corner. And now Kaiser. Gable with a punch to the midsection, blocked from Kaiser. Gable down, Kaiser in waiting. Landungsbrunken goes for the cover, hooks the leg. And that's gonna do it. Ludwig Kaiser, your winner, as he defeats Chad Gable this week on Raw. Up next, we've got the ladies in action. Out first, it's Tiffy Time on Raw. Tiffany Stratton making her way to the ring. She will be taking on Lola Vice. We haven't seen a whole lot of Lola here in the Open Mic universe since she made her debut back at the Royal Rumble, but we have come out of the draft. Rosters have been shaken up. We've got some new opportunities here. This one underway. Stratton with an armbar right off the bat. And she has got it locked in. And Lola taps. What a fast finish as Tiffany Stratton picks up the win via armbar against Lola Vice. Oh boy. Well, this ought to be fun. Kevin Owens, one half of our WWE Tag Team Champions with Sami Zayn. We've seen a lot of complaining from Kevin and Sami, and some of it justified, but let's hear from KO. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Roman Reigns won't be at Bash at the Beach, and another month of no WWE World Champion. See, this is what Sami and I have been talking about. With the Bloodline, they're always bragging and beating their chest about how great they are and how long their title reigns are. It's because they don't defend the titles. They don't show up to work. Roman, if you're as great as you think you are, prove it. Come fight me at Bash at the Beach. KO calls out Roman Reigns. Will the OTC respond to the challenge?